Hey everybody, Joe Friesen here again with another episode of Rubber's Conversation. Today I'm going back to Happy Land Park finally, and I've been talking about doing underwater footage for quite some time, and it might actually happen today because I got a letter in the mail. And if you've been watching my series, you know that I have a piece for my GoPro case that I broke a little while ago. I'll show a clip. So a guy online hit me up and he had commented a few things. He said, well, I've got that piece, so I'll send it to you. You know, I like the series, I'll send it to you. So we got some mail today. If I am right, and it feels like it, looks like it, it is my latch for my GoPro. So let's open this up. There it is, awesome. So the guy that sent me this on YouTube, his name is Ohio Skater. I will do a link above. He does skate progression, he's learning tricks, he does event coverage, he did like fireworks on the 4th of July, that kind of thing, and he also does skateboard giveaways. So check him out, he's a good dude, and yeah, he's helping me out. So thanks a lot, Ohio Skater. And so yeah, today, very possibly, we'll have some underwater footage. Let's put it on. Sweet. With that, it's time to throw on the gloves, supplied by Midnight Cleaning Services. Thanks, Mike. And we'll get out there and start picking up some garbage, work our way over to Happy Land, and work on that section of the creek that I started on last time. We'll see what ends up in the bag today, and we'll catch you over in Happy Land. I keep forgetting to mention the topic for my rubbish conversation of the day. Today it's going to be anxiety and alcohol, and my experiences with it, and why I have pretty much quit drinking. So stay tuned for that, and see you there. So this is a few days later, and I did indeed go to Happy Land, and I did indeed go and clean up a bunch of garbage, and I did get some underwater shots, only to discover when I got home that all of my video after just there was shot in time lapse. So I lost an entire episode. What I'm going to do today to make it up is I'm going to go just for a little walk. I just want to get out and do my rubbish conversation. We'll see what we can find today, and we'll have a little talk. So looks like an old nitrile glove. Oh, speaking of nitrile gloves, I should probably put mine on. Thanks to Midnight Cleaning Services, I have a box of these. Thanks again for the support, Mike. Another piece of old sheet steel. I wonder where all that's from. There's a piece of glass. Old piece of ceramic something, maybe? An old dish or something? Neat what you find. Oh, the Holy Grail. 6-pack holder. I don't know if you guys have seen pictures of animals getting caught up in these things, but it's pretty horrible what these things can do. Bush beer in the bush. Oh, this looks very much like a deer bed. See the way all the grass is kind of squished down in a bit of a deer shape. When deer come in, they bed down for the night, and a lot of times they'll do it in the long grasses because it gives them protection from wild animals. So they'll bed down in long grasses, and if they hear anything coming, like where we are, you can kind of hear things coming from a distance. If you're in a low spot, you can hear things that are high up. So this is a great deer bedding spot. And actually last time I was down here, I scared up a deer in the long grasses. All I saw was grass flying everywhere and a whitetail bouncing away. So that's just neat that they're in here. And yeah, I saw some prints over here, some paw prints. Hang on. I don't want to get too close, and I'm not sure if you can see them from here or not, but some raccoon prints in the along the water's edge there, or just in the water. So yeah, all sorts of creatures out here. They have a little metal grill here for where they have the fires. Oh, some old matchbook here. Oh, what else? Oh, more steel matches. I'm gonna leave the steel ring just for safety. It's being used, so you know, I don't want to take it out of here and have the fire spread around. So we'll leave that here for now. See what else we can see. More glass. This is a nice quiet little spot, so I think I'll do my rubbish conversation here. Topic of the day today is anxiety and alcohol. And if you suffer from anxiety, I would strongly encourage you to try to avoid alcohol if you can. I know it's a thing that a lot of people reach for when they're having mental difficulties, and I've found for myself it doesn't help in the long run. You'll feel good for a little while, but then always the next day, and I'm not talking just about a hangover, I'm talking about your mental state. Like, it really seems to make my mental health problems worse, bring them to the fore, and I usually end up having to take some of my chemical medication for it. I think alcohol is one of the major things that set off a lot of my mental difficulties, and maybe not completely set off, but it contributed to it, because when I was living up north, I had a lot of stress. It was a very stressful job that I was working up there, and I started drinking a lot because it was a huge part of the culture and because of my stress, and you know, I didn't realize how bad it was for me back then until I started drinking way too much. And then I went to see the doctors up there, and they're the doctors that are rotated in and through, and you don't really see the same person twice very often. So the doctor that I spoke to just said, hey, well, you're having problems with depression and anxiety, take more of your depression medication. And for anyone that's been on SSRIs, which is what I was on at the time, that's a very dangerous thing to do because it can mess with your levels. SSRIs, you have to have a very fine balance. So it threw me way out of whack, and that, coupled with the drinking, coupled with the stress, I ended up having a major breakdown. And one of the main things that I did after that was I quit drinking, and I found that that helped a lot with my mental difficulties. So if you are struggling with mental issues, anxiety, depression, that kind of thing, strongly encourage you to lay off the alcohol, because, like, don't get me wrong, I still have a drink every now and again, socially, or just you get to a point you just think it might help, you know. I mean, stupid, right? You've done it a million times, but I'm like, okay, I'll just have, you know, a couple drinks, I'll be fine, it'll make my mood a little better. And yeah, it doesn't. It just doesn't. And I've learned that over time, so I'm hoping that you can learn from my mistakes, maybe. So if you can, just get on a routine, lay off the alcohol, and try and relax as much as you can. Try to ease the anxiety, and go from there, and then medicate if you need to. I find a lot of times just removing yourself from the situation that you're in, even if it's just going for a walk or a bicycle ride or hop on your skateboard or whatever it is, can help. It's not one of those things that if you're in the middle of an anxiety attack, that's not going to cure it. You know, if you're full blown into some nasty headspace, then you probably need some medication to get you out of it. But if you're not quite there yet, sometimes you can prevent yourself from getting the rest of the way by taking some time out and just relaxing and getting away from whatever is triggering you. So I just hope that maybe someone can see this. And you know, I didn't figure all that stuff out on my own. I did a lot of internet research and looked a lot of stuff out and looked at myself very closely to figure a lot of this stuff out. So, you know, I hope that I can lead someone in the right direction and maybe ease somebody's suffering just by getting them away from the booze. And I know it's really hard. Alcohol has a huge hold on a lot of people. It's very addictive, very powerful drug. It's a drug that is best not abused. You know, if you are going to have a drink, have a drink. But even, like I say, for myself, 1 or 2 drinks and I notice it the next day in a negative mental health way. So if you take anything away from this, just try to slow down if you are heavy into the alcohol, and realize that it's not actually helping. So yeah, that's my rubbish conversation for the day. Anxiety and alcohol, basically I've found in my experiences they don't mix very well. So yeah, thanks for listening, and we'll see what else we can find. Cheers. Another deer bed. That's a big one. Another Javex bottle. And pieces thereof. Here we got 2 deer beds right beside each other. 1 and 2. They're all over the place in here. Plastic bag. Montreal Canadian symbol on it. Found some more glass. More glass. More glass. Right in amongst all this long grass is where I saw the deer bounce out of last time. And you can see some areas have been trampled down in here. So definitely some activity. I'll walk through, see if I can see anything again. Oh wow, that is a big deer bed. That is huge. This was either a few deer or one very big deer. And oh yeah, another bed over there. Well, they're definitely in here. Neato burrito. Another deer bed. And deer poop. In case anybody's interested in what deer poop looks like. It's plastic, styrofoam. And I think I'm going to call it a day pretty soon. Bucket's not quite full, but this was just a quick trip. Spent a long time in Happy Land Park in that last video that I messed up. And I got to get home and get ready for vacation. So we'll pick up whatever I find on the way home, and I'll be off for a few weeks. So I'll have the next episode for you coming up in a few weeks. Thanks very much for tuning in, for watching. Wish me luck. Holidays are always a tough time to keep your routine. So should be interesting, and I'll update everyone when I get home in a couple of weeks. Thanks for watching, joining me, supporting me. Cheers. I always keep saying cheers. Peace. I'm out. Right after I shoot the outro, I find this big patch of glass, so I'll be picking this up for a little while. Yeah, no slacking for Joe today. That's interesting, an old pair of wire snips. Those are seized together real good and full of ants. But yeah, cool. Went from using these tools to picking them up as garbage. Yeah, if you're one of those dog owners that use your dog to just bark at everybody as they walk by, please train your dogs, because stuff like that, I know you can't see it, but my heart's pounding. Dogs barking at me that loudly and aggressively really get my anxiety going. So, you know, as a common courtesy to other people, and you know, since it's the law, train your dogs, make them be quiet.